Hello, this is Jeff Caesar, Business Development Manager with Rocky Mountaineer. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this 20 to 25-minute presentation on an incredible vacation called Rocky Mountaineer. We are a train and tour operator, taking you from places like Vancouver over to the beautiful Canadian Rockies, Lake Louise, Banff, Jasper. We are a luxury, fine dining, seamless travel experience where you'll never sleep on board. Because if you're sleeping, you're missing the sights, the scenery, the wildlife, the wilderness. And I'm telling you, these places you're not going to want to definitely miss at all. Breathtakingly beautiful places so close to home. Now, I understand I'm probably reaching you during this pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic that's taking place. We've changed our policies so that it's providing a lot more peace of mind for all of you. So currently, we have two different policies set up. If you are supposed to travel between now and end of June, the country of Canada is not allowing any foreign travelers into the country without going through a 14-day mandatory quarantine. So that doesn't really allow us to operate during this time. We hope that by July 1st, we will be up and operating, but it really comes down to Canada. If you feel that you're not a great year, if you already have a booking for 2020 this year, even in July, August, September, October, you are more than welcome to change to the future. Now, I would recommend if you are traveling supposed to be between April and June of 2020, these operations have currently been suspended, and we're offering a 110% voucher on the current money that is applied to your booking. So you've paid in full, you're getting all of it, plus additional 10% for a future travel credit of what time works best for you. You have until November of 2021 to make that decision, offering a ton of peace of mind. If you're supposed to travel in July or onward, currently we are not suspended those operations yet. Hopefully we won't. But I want to once again provide peace of mind. We should know by mid-May, which our current policy is 30 days prior to when you're supposed to depart. So if you're supposed to depart 30 days out, you have up until then to make a decision on that you'd like to move the vacation to another time period, perhaps in 2021 or 2022. So if you wait until 31 or 32 days prior, you will then have the most updated current policy terms conditions. If you were to change something now, say for example for July or August, when our operations are currently still operating, that's no problem. We're more than welcome to do that. But if we do, let's say worst case scenario, have to suspend July, we're not able to offer you the additional 10% if you've already made that change for a future time period in 2021 or 2022. So it really does benefit us all to just currently wait and see how this pandemic unfolds. I pray that hopefully by end of April, things will start to becoming more normalized and back to normal. The scientists are developing some great therapeutics. Hopefully there'll be a vaccine that will come to market by 2021. Things will work itself out. And I pray that we will once again be back to normal. But rest assured, we have changed our policies, taken away all penalties, allowing you plenty of time to choose your future vacation. And this really focuses on 2021. I want you to know everything that's new with Rocky Mountaineer for the new season. I have a brand new promotion that I want to share with you. And if you're not familiar with Rocky Mountaineer, I want to answer many questions you may have. So let's get started. Canada is a place that is really booming with demand. I know right now it may not be, but before that, and we still see a ton of new 2021 bookings coming in currently right now. Demand is honestly, I think, done because of four great reasons. First, in this really crazy world we live in, Canada is a place deemed safe, knock on wood. Hopefully it stays that way. The U.S. versus Canadian currency right now is at a great discount. You're looking at around 30%. So you get a lot of bang for your buck by heading up north. Brings me to my third point. In regards to logistics, Canada is a country a lot closer than other countries and continents where we live in. So it's much easier, more economical to get to where your vacation begins. And finally, if you've done a river cruise, an ocean cruise, and all-inclusive and looking for something unique and different, we fit that niche extremely well. We've been in business for 30 years privately owned. Here's how it works when you're setting up a vacation. 4 simple steps on how to plan your trip. First, choose your route. Here is where Rocky Mountaineer is located. We have 3 different routes. These are color coordinated on your screen. The first passage to the west is the red route. The blue route is the journey through the clouds. And the green route is the rainforest to gold rush route. Blue diamonds, the dark blue diamonds, are places you can spend as many nights as you want. It's where the majority of our tours are taking place. And before we even go on further, let me tell you that Rocky Mountaineer will handle everything for you. Your hotels, transfers, tours, meals, everything except airfare. But there's one thing you can remember through the short time we have together. Remember customization. Customization is key. We're not going to tell you which hotel you have to stay at unless you're booking really close in and there's no other availability at that time. We work with hundreds of different hotel partners ranging from 3-star properties to 5-diamond resorts. You can add nights, take away nights, add tours, take away tours, and of course, choose hotels that work best for your budget. All you need to do is talk to your travel consultant, your travel advisor, or travel agent, and let them know when you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to do it, and what's the budget that works best for you. And let them put everything together for you. Treat this as like a wish list. I'm going to give you a bunch of different things you can decide upon here and choose, and then let your travel partner know what you want to do and how you want to do it. It's that simple. Another great tool that's going to help you all out is we created 2-minute videos on every single route. We have 2-minute videos on our service levels. You can easily pause this anytime and click on one of those videos. You should have been sent these videos right before you were sent this recorded presentation. So please feel free to check these videos out. These are really share, once again, great highlights of the different routes so you know kind of what to expect along these amazing journeys. Share with you details about the experience on board the train and some great testimonial footage that we have of on board and off the train in the beautiful Canadian Rockies. You see that dotted green line between Jasper, Lake Louise, and Banff? That's a highway. It's been voted the most scenic highway in the world, the Columbia Icefield Parkway. Tons of different beautiful sights and scenery to take advantage of right there. And I honestly get so much positive feedback all the time, but there is occasionally some negative, and there's some that have been repeated. And I want to share with you one bit of negative feedback so that you don't make the same mistake as other past guests on board. If you ever go to places like Jasper, Lake Louise, and Banff, I would never spend just one night. And the reason why is you're checking in the evening and checking out first thing in the morning, and you're going to regret rushing through this beautiful part of the world. You need at least 2 nights to slow time down. Have a full day of leisure, or do a half-day tour, or do a full-day tour if you're extremely active and want to do as much as possible, but slow time down and enjoy where you are in this world. So let's say you're starting in Vancouver. Spend maybe a night or 2 there, seeing the beautiful sights and scenery. You can do a pre and go over to Victoria Island. Go visit Butchart Gardens. Or head up to Sonora Resort, the beautiful island on a 5-star chalet property with tons of wildlife and great, amazing tours to offer. And then head eastbound once you get back to Vancouver. I love traveling east because when you head east, the hills become mountains. The mountains become glaciers, and the wildlife gets so much more abundant and climatic. Truly the best is yet to come. Depending which route you take, it's 2 or 3 days on the train. Places like Whistler, Quesnel, and Kamloops are the white diamond areas, and those are for 1 night only accommodations. The dark blue is many nights as you want. Remember, you're never sleeping on board the train, staying in hotels throughout the entire time, and Rocky Mountaineer will handle everything for you except airfare. So start in Vancouver is a great place to start and head eastbound, 2 or 3 days on the train. Once you get to the Canadian Rockies, spend 4 to 6 nights touring, sightseeing, enjoying the beautiful Canadian Rockies and all it has to offer. If you want to make it a one-way trip, head to Calgary and fly home from there. Or if you want to do a round trip after spending 4 to 6 nights in the Canadian Rockies, jump on a new route taking you back to where you started, but a new route, not the same route you went over eastbound on, another route going westbound back. I have some great featured itineraries coming up later in this presentation to also help make better sense and to share with you some of the best routes that I love traveling on with Rocky Mountaineer. Next step, choose your rail service level. We have 2 classes of services that we offer on board Rocky Mountaineer, Silverleaf and Goldleaf. Silverleaf is a single-story car, panoramic views with an arched window at the top. You have an outdoor vestibule area that holds up to 6 people. So you can go outside anytime you like, take pictures and video, have a breath of fresh air. On board, you have 3 hosts or hostesses who are going to handle the history, the cultural facts, storytelling, and jokes. keeping you entertained, aware, and up to date of what's coming up ahead. You have all-inclusive alcohol, so you can truly drink to your heart's content while on board the train. But remember, as you go up in elevation, that one glass of wine could be more like 3, and it could be the most expensive nap of your life. I hope you're laughing because it's a joke, but it's not worth ever sleeping on board the train because we have no sleeper cars, and it will be the most expensive nap of your life, so don't do it. Hope you're laughing. When it comes to food, we have Michelin-trained chefs cooking made-to-order food literally a few feet away from where you're sitting. This is going to be plated and brought to your seats. You're looking at 1 to 2 appetizer options, 2 to 3 entree options, and a dessert option that will change daily for breakfast, lunch, sometimes dinner, pending your itinerary. On Gold Leaf, you're looking at a 2-story car, bi-level coach, 360-degree dome windows on the top level. You have an outdoor veranda space here that holds up to 16 people, 3 times the size larger than what you have on Silverleaf. You have these big, large picture windows on the first level. That is your dining area. So instead of eating at your seat like you would on Silverleaf, you have a full dining area on Gold Leaf. And where there are no pictures, underneath the word Moutaineer, that is the kitchen, which is a lot bigger kitchen than what you find on Silverleaf. I'll circle back to food in a little bit, but first, upstairs. You get the full glass dome window to be able to take advantage of all the beautiful sights and scenery throughout your whole entire journey. You have 4 hosts as opposed to 3, all-inclusive alcohol as well. When it comes to a feast for the senses, same Michelin-trained chefs are cooking made-to-order food, but they're in a much bigger space, a much bigger kitchen, so you're looking at a lot more variety of options of food to choose from. 2 to 3 appetizer options, 5 to 6 entree options, and multiple dessert options that change daily for breakfast, lunch, sometimes dinner, pending your itinerary. My favorite place to be, though, is the outdoor viewing platform or the outdoor veranda space. Here, you can really get the fresh forest smells and see the wildlife and wilderness up close. It's a great place to definitely be. You have speakers out here so you can hear the commentary of what's being offered inside. And when it comes to luggage, it's an extremely seamless transition. We're going to take your luggage and put it on a truck when you're on the train. The only thing to bring on the train with you is your camera, camcorder, wallet, cell phone, purse, ID, medication. Keep it light and keep it simple. And when you get to places like Kamloops or Banff or Lake Louise or Whistler, before you even get off the train, they're going to give you your hotel room key. You've already been checked into the hotel. A bus pulls up right next to the train. Hop on there, head over to the hotel and find your room. And inside your room, your luggage will be waiting for you next to your bed. The next day when you wake up, in order to minimize the amount of calories you're burning, we don't want you to move your luggage anywhere. Leave it exactly how you found it next to your bed, and you will see the next destination, a true seamless experience. When it comes to any food allergies or dietary restrictions, let us know. So we'll be able to make sure that we can feed you and not have anything harmful to your health while you're on board the train. When it comes to any types of mobility concerns, let us also know, because we can easily handle anyone who's even wheelchair bound. We have elevators and lifts, so we'll take you from the ground to all of our train cars, and elevators and lifts on our train Gold Leaf car. So if you can't do a step, that's okay. Just let your travel advisor, your travel partner know any concerns you may have, and we will take care of it all. Now, when it comes to wildlife, you know what? I first, before I even jump into wildlife, I want to share with you some differences between us and other trains out there you may be more familiar with, like Amtrak or Via Rail. Via Rail is the same thing as Amtrak. This is a commuter train based up in Canada, taking you from point A to point B as fast as possible. Amtrak and Via Rail are very different from Rocky Mountaineer. I hope you see that already, but to share with you some other reasons of why they're different. First, you sleep on board. The majority of these Amtrak and Via Rail trains, and with Rocky Mountaineer, never sleep on board. No sleeper cars whatsoever. Second big difference is the speed that we travel at. The average speed for Amtrak and Via Rail is 60 to 75 miles an hour. Good luck trying to see a bear at that kind of speed and getting a picture that is also clear and perfect. Our average speed, Rocky Mountaineer's train, is 30 to 35 miles an hour. And we slow down to less than 5 miles an hour for every bridge, all the waterfalls, the wildlife, and the wilderness. Finally, another big difference between us and them are the train tracks that we use. Please know that no passenger carrying train is allowed on the same train tracks that we utilize. We're the only passenger train allowed to go by some of the most amazing waterfalls, over the biggest bridges, and of course through the famous spiral tunnels. If you're not familiar with the spiral tunnels, let me share with you another thing that makes us quite unique. The spiral tunnels were built back in the 1900s when they were completing the train tracks from east to west. They had the Rocky Mountains to navigate through. And so what the engineers did and what our train, the only passenger train allowed to do, will go to the base of a Rocky Mountain into a tunnel and spiral, going up in elevation till about 500 feet, where at that point our train will come out of the tunnel and go around the circumference of that mountain, offering spectacular views. Then it'd go back through another tunnel and spiral a different direction, going up to 1,000 feet. So the views that were at the 500-foot level on one side of the train are now on the other side of the train at the 1,000-foot level. We continue to go up in elevation till about 2,250 feet, where most places in the world, when you visit the mountains or the Rocky Mountains, you're near the bottom looking up. But on Rocky Mountaineer, you're near the top looking down, and it is extremely memorable. Now, how does this all circle back to wildlife? Finally, the tracks that we use on Rocky Mountaineer are not just for our train. That would be amazing, but it's not the case. We do share these train tracks, and we share them with freight. Freight, the majority of the time, is carrying automobiles, produce, grain, wheat, and barley. Now, animals like you see on your screen, the black bear, the brown bear, the grizzly bear, moose, elk, deer, coyotes, bighorn sheep, etc., they've become quite trained. When they hear a train on our tracks, they think it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner time. They'll come out of the woods, the riverbeds, the mountains, and they'll come very close. There's been many times where I'm on our outdoor veranda space, and I'm within a couple of feet from wild bears, just next to the train tracks, and that can be a very memorable experience. In certain times of the year, it can turn into a true train safari. And let me share with you those times. Step 3, choose your season. We operate from mid-April to mid-October. And there are pluses to every time of the season, pending when you want to go. In April, May, beginning of June, it's the end of hibernation. So statistically, you get a lot more wildlife at this time. There's more snow present on the mountains, ice on the lakes. The temperatures in mid-May are around mid-70s during the day and mid-60s at night. In the summer, everything's lush green, everything's in bloom. It's not surprising sometimes to go for a month or two without seeing a single drop of rain, usually in the 80s in the day and 70s at night. Very dry, beautiful time to travel. And in your autumn, September, October, it's the fall foliage with the leaves changing color. Lighting up the sides of the mountains with vibrant colors can be a beautiful time to travel in this time of the year. My personal opinion, the best time is either May or September. It's not just because of the wildlife and not just because of the fall foliage, but something due to the demand, the traffic, the crowds, the congestion. Usually July and August is our peak season. Now this year, maybe a different story with the whole pandemic. But if you want to avoid congestions, crowds, traffic, go in either May or September, and you'll be rewarded with more wildlife and be awarded with beautiful colors. That's my recommendation. When it comes to tours, very easy to understand. We've packaged, bundled the most popular, raved, and reviewed tours that people love. Tours like the Ice Explorer, take you onto Athabasca Glacier so you can go play in the snow. Gondola rides, taking you to the top of multiple peaks and summits throughout the Canadian Rockies areas. Taking a day trip or spending several nights over in Victoria Island and go and visit Butchart Gardens. Or doing a helicopter tour, getting a bird's eye view of the beautiful glaciers and lakes down below. Perhaps you're scared of heights, and your helicopter tour is something you don't want to do on vacation or pay for. All you got to do is tell your travel advisor to remove the helicopter and put another tour in its place, or remove the helicopter entirely and just have the cost of the entire vacation lowered, because even though these tours are bundled, they all have a value accredited to them. So you can once again work with your budget by removing certain parts, customize the tours just as you would the hotels. Any of the buses that we use, know that we're not using yellow buses or Greyhound buses. We have a fleet of motor coaches that were just refurbished at the beginning of the 2019 season, all operated by Brewster. These have wood grain paneling throughout, leather seats throughout the entire coach, TVs throughout the coach so you can see what the driver's seeing up ahead. You have a drink station on board to help you stay well hydrated, and of course a tour guide giving you great commentary and details and making you aware of what's coming up ahead. Or if you don't want to be told you got 15 minutes here and 30 minutes here, you want to do things more at your own accord, we recommend you can rent a car through Rocky Mountaineer. We would encourage you to download an app on your phone. So it's like a tour guide in your car telling you where to go and what to see so you're not missing anything. But The self-drive exploration is something you can easily choose if you want to do things more at your own and not be told you have to be in certain places at a certain time. Another idea that you may be thinking of is taking an Alaska cruise. Maybe you've already done Denali. You want to do something, once again, unique and different. Well, unique and different is Rocky Mountaineer. I'd recommend a post-cruise tour after your Alaska cruise. In 2019, before the pandemic, 49% of people who were on Rocky Mountaineer had a pre or post-cruise tour attachment. I understand many of you may have reservations in returning to a cruise, especially with the whole quarantine issues and stuff that have taken place. But I do believe as time moves on, this pandemic will be once again a distant memory or a distant nightmare. And cruising will become extremely popular again. It's a great way to see so many places and kill many birds with one stone, if you will, on different types of destinations and tours and experiences. So lots of different rail options and cruise options to take advantage of. We work with all cruise lines: Regent, Oceania, Silver Sea, Seabourn, Princess, Holland America, Viking, Cunard, Princess. I can go on. If they're out there, we definitely work with them and would love to sync up a pre and post tour with your cruise and make your vacation that much more amazing. It's like the icing on the cake, having the Canadian Rockies as your final destination after your cruise. Finally, step 4, choose your package. As I said before, I would like to share with you some featured packages of Rocky Mountaineer, some that are very popular. The first, Passage to the West at Leisure. 2 days on the Rocky Mountaineer train, 4 nights in the Canadian Rockies with a trip up to the Columbia Icefield Parkway to go do the Ice Explorer and Glacial Skywalk. Another great tour also included the tour for the helicopters. This is my favorite one-way trip, Journey to the Clouds Explorer. The only thing I would change is add a night in Lake Louise and add a night in Banff. Because of what I said, you need to have 2 nights in these places to slow time down and really enjoy. But this itinerary has 4 tours built into it: half-day tour in Jasper, a full-day tour from Jasper down to Lake Louise, half-day tour from Lake Louise to Banff, and a full-day tour from Banff over to Calgary, including so much. My favorite round trip is the Grand Rail Circle. 5 days on the Rocky Mountaineer train, 7 nights in the Canadian Rockies, including so many different tours. This is a true check mark to the Rocky Mountaineer and visiting the beautiful Alberta and British Columbia areas. If you'd like to visit Vancouver Island and go spend a couple nights in Victoria, I recommend the Fairmont Empress Hotel. Beautiful property. Go visit Butchart Gardens. This itinerary is made for you. 2 nights there, 3 days in the Vancouver, 2 days on the train, 2 nights in Banff with a trip up to Lake Louise. You may not be sleeping there, but you're able to easily spend several hours, walk around the beautiful lake, get some pictures, even have a meal, and head back to Banff, including some great tours. Now, what's new for 2021? We have some brand new itineraries with some brand new tours also available. The Journey to the Clouds Glacier Explorer has 7 new brand new tours built into it. Tours like the Jasper Park Motorcycle Tour, the Evening Ice Explorer, the Morning Glacial Skywalk, the Glacier Helicopter Tour, Discover Banff and its Wildlife Sightseeing Tour, Moraine Lake and its Lake Louise Sightseeing Tour. So many unique experiences to offer on this new itinerary. Another brand new one, the first Passage to the West, Kananaskis Highlights. I personally have been to Kananaskis. You're talking in the middle of wilderness. Views like you see right here, where the lake is or the rivers are not even touched, the water is so clear, Rocky Mountains all around you, and nature everywhere to be seen. On this itinerary, you have 3 brand new tours. Tours like the Coast Mountain Adventure Helicopter Tour, the Banff Tour, including Lake Louise and Moraine Lake, and a 1-day admission to the Nordic Spa at the Kananaskis Resort. So great ways to pamper yourself and do something unique and different in this beautiful world we live in. Something definitely to be aware of. In regards to our awards and recognition, have you ever heard of a site called TripAdvisor? A place where people spew hate and anger and negative feedback. Know that we've been given the Certificate of Excellence for Customer Service on TripAdvisor over the past 18 years in a row. National Geographic has given us Best Train Trip to Take for the past 3 years in a row. We have more awards and accolades than the Orient Express. So what does this mean to you? I hope peace of mind. Whether you're supposed to travel with us this year and it's going to be perhaps suspended until 2021, we're doing everything we can to deliver a true trip of a lifetime. Whether you're looking at something unique and different and you want to try Rocky Mountaineer, look at 2021. It's the perfect time to definitely get out of your house after being in quarantine for so many days and experience something you'll never forget in a beautiful place close to home. It's I think, a great option for you all to consider. In regards to our promotions, please know that Rocky Mountaineer does not discount. We don't rebate. We don't work with companies like Costco. The price is the price. Our promos do differ, but this is the most advantageous, the best time to truly book 2021 because we do what I should say is our promos are only going to decrease in value as we get closer to the season. Our 2021 rates and dates and everything, our whole season has just launched just last week. Like I said, best time to truly looking at 2021 as a future travel date and vacation in the Canadian Rockies. If you book now for 7 nights or longer, you receive up to $800 per couple in added value, 2 free hotel nights on Rocky Mountaineer, a free limo transfer either to or from the airport, and a free dinner at your hotel choice. This goes until August 28th, 2020. You have so many months to be able to take advantage of this amazing package, this promotion. After August 28th, it will drop to 3 perks, lowering in added value. After January 1st, it will drop to 2 perks. And then finally, April 1st of 2021, it will drop to 1. So I'm being very candid and transparent with you all. Book now, get more bang for your buck. The pricing will not change between now and 2021 season. It's a limited time only. You will get the biggest, richest offer for the 2021 season by locking something in by August 28th of 2020 if you're considering a trip in the Canadian Rockies for 2021. Best time to book Rocky Mountaineer for sure. And with that, I want to thank you all again for all of your time and just, keeping your minds open to something unique and different. I really believe that travel will get back to a time when people are going to be more comfortable. This is very similar to the flu, and we're all in this together, as you hear everyone say, but it's true. And soon this will once again be a distant memory. So let's look forward to the future. Let's plan some amazing experiences that you'll never forget. And I hope it's with Rocky Mountaineer. Please do reach out to your travel consultants, your travel professionals. They are preferred partners of Rocky Mountaineer. And I've given them every single tool to be able to utilize, to be able to help educate you and make you aware of this amazing dream. So definitely reach out to them. If you stump them on a question, I'm in their back pocket to utilize, and I'll be happy to help out. So just let them know what questions you have, what you need, and I really hope you're able to work with them over the many years to come and truly plan a trip of a lifetime on Rocky Mountaineer. Take care, stay safe, and thank you again for your time.